It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on this, the 26th day of May, 2022. Coming to you live from Central Virginia, Bedford County. Today is National Blueberry Cheesecake Day. Now, I'm a big fan of cheesecake. Not a huge fan of blueberries. However, I will eat blueberries on occasion. So, blueberry cheesecake, I could stand that. So maybe I'll have to find some tonight when I go out to dinner. Could be. Cruise ship sailing today from North American ports in Toronto. We've got the Ocean Navigator down in Bayonne, New Jersey, Adventure of the Seas. In Baltimore, the Carnival Magic. Jacksonville, Carnival Elation. Port Canaveral, the MSC Divina. Down in West Palm Beach, Margaritaville Paradise. It's a Margaritaville at Sea Paradise. There we go. In Fort Lauderdale, that's Port Everglades, the Island Princess. Miami, the Carnival Sunrise gets back in operation. Tampa, the Carnival Paradise. New Orleans, Carnival Valor. San Francisco, Carnival Miracle. In Seattle, the Norwegian Sun, the Carnival Spirit. While also in Seattle, New Amsterdam and Zuiderdam both have land packages starting today. Vancouver, the Silver Muse sails. In Anchorage, we've got land packages for the New Amsterdam and the Grand Princess, as we do also in Fairbanks, land packages for New Amsterdam and the Grand Princess. Today's headlines: the CDC raises Bahamas risk level to high. The Carnival Sunshine to relocate. Norwegian changes their loyalty status, and Royal Caribbean has reached the 2 million milestone since the restart, as Carnival did 10 days ago or so. Those stories and much more live here at 11. If you're listening via the podcast, welcome aboard. You can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net. The podcast is normally posted and up within just a few minutes of the end of this broadcast. And of course, you can find it anytime you search any of the major places where you get podcasts from. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and the big fat guy will pop up. Tomorrow, before I get to the main thing for today, tomorrow my guest is going to be Lily Longtree, she is a quadriplegic since January of 2002. She became driven by a need to raise her 2-year-old son and regain function and independence. Lily has a unique and unusual life story, and there's actually a whole nother area other than being a quadriplegic which developed, which we'll talk about with Lily. Currently, she's an author, a speaker, and a huge advocate for disability rights. I'm really looking forward for the chance to chat with her tomorrow live on this program. I have long felt the need to be completely honest with you guys and my community about my health. Excuse me. I had a phone call yesterday morning about 10 after 8 from my oncologist. she got the results back from my PSA, which taken the day before. And the levels are up again. Enough so that we have scheduled testing so that my schedule for this program is now up in the air for a number of reasons. But specifically on the 3rd, I will be in the hospital for a complete total bone scan, full body bone scan, it's called. On the 7th, I will be at the another facility for a CT scan. And then on the 13th, I'll be back with the oncologist to get the results and what treatment I've got to go through or what options I have at this point. Unfortunately, that's where it stands. This does not absolutely mean that the cancer is back, but it's clearly an indication that it might be worth looking into and seeing what we have to do. What that's going to mean for the future, I don't know. I will keep you apprised as we go along. But at least for those 3 dates, the 3rd, the 7th, and the 13th, the show will be currently now. I'm planning on taping it early and having the show go live at 11 like normal. I just won't be live that day like I did Tuesday when I was at the oncologist. So that's where it stands. We'll see what happens. Back with the news after a break from a network sponsor. CDC has added the Bahamas to its COVID high-risk category for travelers. Several other destinations were added, including Belize in Central America, Montserrat and St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the Caribbean. Obviously, a popular destination for cruisers, the Bahamas was previously listed as a level 2 or moderate risk. In April, that was last month, the CDC adjusted its rating system for assessing COVID risk for travelers. The level 3 high risk category is now the top tier in terms of the risk level. Level 2 is considered moderate and level 1 is low. Level 4, which was previously the high risk category, is now reserved only for special circumstances such as extremely high case counts, the emergence of a new variant, or healthcare infrastructure collapse. Under the new system, no destinations have so far been placed at level 4. However, the Bahamas has plenty of company at level 3, a list that currently includes destinations such as UK, France, Germany, Greece, Italy, Portugal, the Netherlands, and Spain. The level 3 COVID-19 high category now applies to countries that have more than 100 cases per 100,000 residents in the past 28 days. With limited testing now happening in some countries, the list would likely be longer if a true picture could be established. CDC is recommending that travelers not up to date with their COVID-19 vaccines avoid traveling to the Bahamas and other level 3 destinations. It warns that even fully vaccinated and boosted travelers may still be at risk of getting and spreading the virus. The Public Health Agency also recommends that anyone 2 years or older should wear a mask in indoor public spaces. The Bahamas requires a negative COVID test for entry. There's been some pressure on the government there to drop the requirement. However, after the CDC's risk level for the island is back up, it was down to 1 at one point. It's now very unlikely that the mandatory test will be dropped anytime soon. All right, Carnival Sunshine is going to be leaving Charleston. Carnival's contract with the South Carolina Port Authority will not be extended when it expires in 2024. As a result, Carnival Sunshine will find itself being relocated. Carnival has had a home port agreement with Charleston since 2010. The move was made to provide more space for redevelopment of Union Pier Terminal. With no extension of the contract between South Carolina Port Authority and the Carnival Cruise Line, this will bring the partnership to an end, at least temporarily. At this time, we have no idea where the Carnival Sunshine will home port next, nor if any other cruise line might be interested in picking up the pieces and moving in. That one, we're just going to have to wait and see. All right, Norwegian has changed their loyalty program, basically the point structure for the loyalty levels, and they've added a couple levels. So this is specifically for Hot Air Tom, who is a gold plus for, I'm sure, with Norwegian. Anyway, you get a point for a day, basically. It used to be that 1 point was bronze, 30 points silver, 55 points gold, 80 points platinum, 175 platinum plus, ambassador 700. Now it's 1 point for bronze, 20 for silver, 45 for gold, 75 platinum, 150 sapphire, which is new, 350 diamond, which is new, and 700 for ambassador. Cruisers on Norwegian ships earn 1 point for each night of a cruise. You can earn additional point per night for staying in a suite or a haven, an additional point per night when booking a Latitudes Insider offer. All perks related to those new loyalty tiers can be found on ncl.com. And a completely good news story for today. There's not a whole lot of news today, folks, as you can tell. But Royal Caribbean hit a milestone yesterday. Since they began sailing with guests to officially end the global pause of cruise vacations, the full fleet of 26 ships has welcomed now 2 million passengers around the world. This began with Quantum of the Sea sailing from Singapore in December 2020 after a full fleet shutdown of 10 months. Over the next 17 months, Royal Caribbean gradually phased in its ships all over the world, once again offering outstanding vacations to Europe, the Caribbean, Mexico, Alaska, and Canada. Rhapsody of the Seas is the final ship in the fleet to have resumed service, offering Mediterranean itineraries for the summer, with a schedule that will take the ship to Israel, the Greek Isles, Barbados, and the Southern Caribbean through the end of 2022. Well, that's it for the news today, folks. Sorry I got a little emotional. I was hoping not to do that, but oh well. All right, let's go over and see who's in the chat room. Hot Air Tom's is with us. Bonnie's with us. Amy's here. Blueberries are good for you. Yeah, I know they are, but I've got 1, 2, 3 blueberry bushes actually right outside the cave window here in the cave. And it's generally a race every year on who gets to the blueberries first when they're ripe, my sister or the deer. I root for the deer. Gretchen's with us. Hi, Gretchen. Hot Air says, where's Jason? He needs to help out his cruise line. They're having some issues. Nikki's with us. Travels with Lizzie Lou is here. Hi, Lizzie. Bit of a fire on Carnival Freedom. Yeah? When was that? I didn't see that. Wasn't in the news this morning. Is that something that's popped up just in the last little bit? Let me go over and check that one out. I actually, I was not aware of that one at all. Carnival ship to set sail. Oh, there it is. An hour ago. Yeah, it was after I did the show this morning. All right, well, we'll add on a story here, folks. Carnival Freedom experienced a fire on the starboard wing of the funnel. Wow. While the ship was docked in Grand Turk today. That happened this morning. No injuries have been reported. The fire has been successfully extinguished. The fire occurred early this morning as soon as the ship docked in Grand Turk. Carnival made the following statement. Here's a quote from Carnival. Carnival Freedom's emergency response team quickly activated and extinguished a single inside the ship funnel while the ship was in Grand Turk. All guests and crew are safe. The ship's guests were cleared by local authorities to go ashore. We continue to assess the situation. Well, how's that, folks, for an up-to-date story? Thank you, Bonnie, for sticking that in here, and I just went straight to the source, and you're absolutely correct. Chillie's Cruises, you did mention the fire on Carnival Freedom and the toxic gas on another Carnival ship sickening passengers. No, didn't know about the sickening gas either. That wasn't in the news this morning. Honest. And the fire didn't happen until an hour ago. I wonder what causes a fire in the stack. Probably the same thing that causes fires in chimneys around here, built up of carbon. Cause chimney fires a lot. I'm guessing hot air. I don't know. But again, you know, Freedom is an older ship. Not real old, but still. I mean, that's, you know, that's clearly not LNG or anything. So it still, you know, belches out carbon emissions. That would be my guess. Call Bert from Mary Poppins. Bonnie will be praying for me. Thank you, Bonnie. Keep your head up, Kenneth says. Think positive. You look strong. We'll say a prayer for you. Thank you, Kenneth. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Nikki. Amy. Kathleen Conyers asks, is the Carnival Magic on fire right now? No, it's Carnival Freedom that had the fire, and it's out. Oh, Magic had the toxic fumes, Hot Air Tom said. Okay, let's go get that story. I didn't have that one either. Carnival Magic. See, and boom. Coast Guard to investigate reports of chemical fumes making the passengers sick. The U.S. Coast Guard said it would investigate after passengers reported nausea and vomiting from a chemical smell and fumes on the cruise ship. Carnival Magic returned to port in downtown Norfolk after passengers aboard the ship said that they got sick. Coast Guard public official says no one was in immediate distress Wednesday night. However, Coast Guard members were set to board the ship this morning for further investigation. Cruise ship was docked at Half Moon Cruise and Celebration Center this morning, allowing people to disembark. As of late Thursday morning, no one from Carnival Cruise Line had returned requests for information or comment. Carnival Magic, which can carry nearly 4,000 passengers, is the largest cruise ship ever to sail out of Virginia. When the cruise ship departed Norfolk on May 15th, it was on its way to the Bahamas. Carnival Magic became the first ship to sail from the city in 2 years. Okay, so we don't know anything on that one yet, other than the Coast Guard is probably now on board. And again, I didn't have that in the news this morning, folks. My fault for not finding it. I didn't have anything on it. So it's one of the drawbacks of doing research early. It just sometimes can miss things. I'm sorry about I should have had the fumes on the Magic, especially I'm here in Virginia, for heaven's sakes. The Freedom, that happened after I had the show written and done when the fire broke out on the Freedom. Do you have a fig tree? No, I don't have a fig tree. I don't think. We got a couple weird trees out there, but I don't think they're figs. Jason is with us. He says it was in the news. Well, yeah, I missed it. I completely missed it. So, sorry about that, folks. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up. I will keep you informed on the health situation as we go forward. Just again to remind you, the 3rd, the 7th, and the 13th. Those 3 days, the show will be on as scheduled. It will be pre-recorded earlier in the day and played back at 11 o'clock, like I did on Tuesday. That's the only way I can see to try to keep my numbers up. You know, I don't make much money doing this at all, but I do need to keep the numbers up as much as I can for what little bit I get from Google. So anyway, that's going to wrap me up for today, folks. Bonnie says, stay well, be well, and safe, everyone. I agree. Stay safe, stay healthy. Think about cruising. And hopefully, one day soon, we'll all meet on the high seas. This is the Old Fat Travel Guy. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock with a special guest on Travel and Cruise Industry News. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.